You're tired, but not the kind of tired that sleep fixes. It's the quiet exhaustion that comes from chasing something you were told would matter, and realizing it doesn't feel the way you expected. You did what you were supposed to do. You set goals, you worked harder, you stayed busy. And yet, somewhere along the way, the excitement faded and was replaced by a strange emptiness you don't know how to explain to anyone. On the outside, things might look fine, maybe even successful. But inside, there's a question that keeps returning when the noise finally stops. Is this really it? You scroll past people celebrating milestones, promotions, money, achievements, and instead of feeling inspired, you feel oddly disconnected. Not jealous, just numb. As if you're running in the same race, but you're no longer sure why the finish line matters. And the hardest part? You feel guilty for feeling this way, because you're doing okay, because others would love to be where you are, because you should be grateful. So you don't talk about it, you just keep going. You keep chasing the next thing, hoping that one will finally make it feel worth it. But deep down you know, the problem isn't that you're not successful enough. It's that success by itself isn't feeding the part of you that's actually hungry. This video isn't here to push you harder. It's not here to tell you to dream bigger or hustle more. It's here to sit with you in this moment of confusion. Say this quietly, honestly, without judgment. Maybe you're not unmotivated. Maybe you're just tired of chasing the wrong thing. Here's what no one really explains about losing motivation. It doesn't disappear suddenly. It erodes slowly, quietly while you're doing everything right. Most people don't burn out because they're lazy. Burn out because they're chasing goals that don't belong to them. From a young age, we're handed a definition of success that's easy to measure. Money, status, recognition, productivity. These things aren't bad, but they're external. And when your entire sense of progress depends on external validation, motivation becomes fragile. Think about it. You work toward a promotion not because the work excites you, but because it proves something. You chase numbers, followers, income, achievements because they look like forward movement. You stay busy, not fulfilled. And at first, it works. The dopamine hits feel good. Praise feels reassuring. But over time, something strange happens. The goalposts keep moving. What once felt meaningful becomes normal. What once motivated you now feels empty. So you push harder, not realizing the real problem isn't effort, it's direction. Psychologically, this creates a gap. It's a dangerous one. Your actions are driven by expectation, but your inner self is craving purpose. When those two don't align, motivation collapses. You wake up tired, even after rest. You procrastinate, even on things you used to care about. Not because you don't want to do anything, but because nothing feels worth doing. This is why so many people say, I have everything I wanted, but I still feel lost. Because success answers the question, how am I doing compared to others? But meaning answers a deeper one. Why does my life matter to me? And when you've been chasing the first question for too long, the second one starts demanding attention, whether you're ready or not. That's not failure. That's awareness knocking on the door. What you do next matters more than any goal you've chased before. So what if the answer isn't to try harder but to aim differently? Meaning doesn't shout. It doesn't show up as a sudden life-changing revelation. Most of the time it whispers. And because we're trained to listen only for loud signals, money, applause, visible wins, we miss it. Here's a quieter truth. Motivation returns when your actions start matching your values, not society's values, not your family's expectations, yours. Meaning isn't found by asking what will make me successful. It's found by asking what makes me feel useful, alive, or honest. And no, you don't have to quit your job, move to the mountains, or reinvent your life overnight. Meaning grows from small alignments, not dramatic escapes. Start here. Pay attention to energy, not outcomes. Notice what drains you versus what grounds you. It's not what impresses others, what gives you a quiet sense of rightness when no one is watching. Shift from achievement to contribution. Ask yourself once a day, who or what did I help today? Meaning often shows up where your effort eases someone else's burden in small, unseen ways. Redefine progress. Progress doesn't always look like climbing. Sometimes it looks like choosing integrity over speed, peace over pressure, depth over applause. And here's something important. Meaning doesn't always feel good. It feels true. It can involve discomfort, patience, and uncertainty, but it doesn't leave you hollow. When you chase meaning, motivation stops being something you have to force. It becomes a byproduct of alignment. You move not because you're scared of falling behind, but because what you're doing feels worth continuing. You don't need more discipline. You need direction that makes sense to your soul. And once that direction shifts even slightly, everything else begins to follow. There was a time when Lucas believed he was doing everything right. On paper, his life looked impressive. Stable career, steady income, clear upward path. People told him he was lucky, and he agreed at least out loud. But every morning, before the emails, before the meetings, before the mask went on, there was a heaviness in his chest he couldn't explain. Not sadness, not fear, just emptiness. He kept telling himself it would pass. Just one more promotion, just one more year, just get through this phase. Years went by. One night after another long day that blended into every other day, Lucas sat alone in his car outside his apartment. The engine was off. The radio was silent. And for the first time, he admitted something he had been avoiding. If this is my life forever, I don't know if I can do it. That moment scared him not because he was failing, but because he wasn't. Nothing was wrong, and yet everything felt wrong. So he stopped trying to fix his motivation and started listening to it. On weekends, he volunteered at a small community center not to escape work, but to feel something real. No titles, no performance, just presence. He helped kids with homework. He listened. He showed up. Something subtle changed. He didn't suddenly love his job. His life didn't transform overnight. But he started waking up with a reason that wasn't measured in numbers. Over time, his decisions shifted. He chose projects that aligned with his values. He said no more often. He stopped chasing what impressed people who didn't know him. Years later, someone asked him what changed. Lucas thought for a moment and said, "I stopped asking what would make me successful, and started asking what would make me proud of who I am when no one's watching." He didn't become louder, didn't become richer overnight, but he became whole. And that wholeness gave him something success never did. A reason to keep going. If you take nothing else from this, take this one truth with you. You don't lose motivation because you're weak. You lose it because your life is asking for meaning. Success can push you forward, but meaning pulls you through. Success asks, how far can you go? Meaning asks, why does it matter that you do? And when you begin chasing meaning, something quiet but powerful happens. You stop running out of energy so quickly. You stop needing constant validation. You stop feeling like you're behind in a race you never chose. You begin to live from the inside out. Not every day will feel inspired. Not every step will feel clear. But when your direction is honest, even slow progress feels peaceful. So if you're standing at a crossroads, tired, confused, questioning everything, know this: you're not broken. You're not late. You're being invited to choose depth over noise. Truth over image. Meaning over empty success. And that choice made quietly, consistently can change the way your entire life feels. If this spoke to something you've been carrying silently, save it. Share it with someone who looks successful but feels lost. You might give them permission to stop chasing and start living. Because the most powerful success isn't what you achieve. It's who you become when your life finally makes sense.